Cyprus Comic Con 2025. We're Stardrop Games. We're an indie dev team of 6 people. You might have seen us last year or 2 years ago. If you had the chance to come by Home 5, you might have played our game, Block Witch. So loud music. So I'm gonna take some time to introduce our team. So we are 6 people. Right now we are, see 4 of us here. We have Mike Gondonigola, our 3D artist, Eleni Santama, our writer and narrative designer, Dimitris Tsatsalis, our programmer, and myself, which I do game design. So we all met in the industry. We used to create free-to-play mobile games. We probably have a few co-workers in the audience. Hi, you know who you are. So we used to work together for a few years. Then, due to the bad state of the industry, back in after COVID, we all got laid off, and we decided, you know what, we want to do our own thing. So we banded together. We had a shared dream, and we started brainstorming and coming up with a few ideas of what we can do. So our first project, which you might be most familiar with, is Block Witch, a narrative puzzle game. So for Block Witch, we have 5 core pillars. We wanted to tell a story, so we wanted to focus on the narrative. We wanted to create tight and fun gameplay, and at the same time, we wanted to have like a distinct art style. We wanted to focus on the replayability, and that also means that we needed to have good puzzle design that allows players to, find multiple solutions and solve levels in many ways. So before we see the 4 pillars, I want to give some time to Eleni to talk about the narrative and what we wanted to address and what story we want to tell. So Eleni?
To anyone who's going to play the game at any point once the demo is released, it's about an adventure of 7 witches who are on an adventure to find their missing grandfather. Anyone who has played Block Wizard before, you might know him. He's very famous. So an important aspect about the game is the characters. So we have 7 playable characters who all had to be very distinct, which had to come up through the narrative and through dialogues. So aside from the visual, they also had to be their own people and jump out, which also plays an important role with the storyline as is. Hopefully you'll be able to see some examples that we did some demo dialogue for all of them. That was kind of like testing to kind of like develop them through the development process. And I hope you enjoy them once you see them all.
Yeah, so we could either keep talking or you can see some of it yourself. And I just realized I'm way louder now and I like it. So as you can see, we have levels that are split into gameplay and story. We wanted to tell our narrative through like visual novel style segments where you can see characters speak with each other and progress the narrative. Here you can see one of the 7 playable characters, Vampirella, with her hat. And
the hat piece of familiar, thank you very much.
Yeah, but it's just the hat. So, as you can see, the basic premise of the game is you slide from one end of the level to the other, and you stop when you hit a wall. If you've ever played Pokemon and you've done, ice gyms or you've been in caves, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So that was the main inspiration behind it. But obviously we wanted to create a unique twist to it. So I was always frustrated as a child because I always thought I had the solution and that was never it. So what I wanted to do for Block Witch was allow the player to come up with solutions themselves. So you can pick up placeable blocks and place them. and it allows you to create your own path forward. That ties in with the design philosophy of allowing the players to giving players multiple ways to beat levels and allowing for replayability throughout the levels. I think we can go to the next slide. Yeah. And to make the game interesting and not just repeat of level after level, we wanted to. Yeah, so I'm gonna pass it to my friend Dimitris to talk about the mechanics because he's really excited. Yes, hello. Yes, so we just saw some of the gameplay right now, big basics, and I just want to mention now that we're showing that I wanted to make we introduce new mechanics to the player progressively throughout the levels, every few levels, and we also like to make those mechanics work well with each other. In this next part of the clip, you'll see. Oh, not this one, but here too, you can see the teleporter works well with pushing the blocks inside the teleporter or something like that. It is very fun as a programmer to just try to make things work with each other naturally. That's the thing I love the most. So, and then, in this next clip now, you can see, for example, that the enemy can just activate the switch by itself that you are supposed to activate with your own attack. And then you can solve a little bit puzzle like that. So we also, on top of some tons of mechanics that get introduced slowly, we also need to have some action-packed stuff to show to the players. So it kind of switches from thinking on solving puzzles to doing some action like some bosses. So here we actually have two bosses in the demo currently that we will have. So he looks like the Pringles guy. Okay, yeah. So this here is the first boss that you will encounter in the game, and it's just a slime thing that comes to bounce off at you. Maybe some fans of Nintendo games kind of you're like, oh, this seems very similar because it also has three faces. And this one actually recently polished. And then after this one, we have a second boss that is unpolished currently, but it is a big knight that's currently guarding the entrance so that the vampire can leave the mansion and then try to find her cousins. So yeah, if you have the chance to play this boss, I'm sorry, we're gonna fix it. It's a bit overtuned, and we're gonna improve the fight. Yeah. So we wanted to go a bit over a bit some of the concept art of the seven playable characters. We started. The initial concepts were done in chibi form. That was before we, nailed down the aesthetic we wanted to go for. And we've had gradual evolution in our art style. You can see the original ones and what they ended up being currently, which we believe is the final version of the Witches. So here we have some concept art for various enemies, so various environmental objects and just the mansion in general. And here you can see the evolution of the game. So we started off with gray boxes. There you go. Yeah, so this now here is my work. This is the time that I was working on it all the time in my free time when the others, were waiting for seeing the prototype how it goes up. And yeah, this was a fun time for me. Yeah, here even now you see even from early 2023. This is some early build. This one was from Cyprus Comic Con 2023. If somebody maybe remembers it, has played it. The graphics were way different and the chibi art style, and here we can already see the evolution to the current one, all thanks to our 3D designer Mike, who has done great work with the 3D models and the lighting, amazing lighting work, making the game look like a cinematic experience, and also a bunch of visual effects have been made recently to spice it up a lot. Yes, and also, of course, shout out to Chriso, who is also here as an artist.
Oh, here. Yes. She has like Chriso is the artist of all of these designs. Of course, very sadly, we only have a 3D model of one Vampirella, but in the full version of this game, we want to have all of them, to even in the dialogues and even in the gameplay.
And hello. Can you see the new updated model? We had a lot of fights about the style. I wanted to upgrade it, so I guess we did. Uh, what? Here's another stuff. Okay. So we wanted to have a lot of fun with the characters when we were first designing them. So Eleni took a lot of creative liberties to flesh out their characters when we had the original concept art of them. So you can see a lot of nuisance in the way they speak. For example, one of them is called Katerina, and she speaks like a cat, and she looks like a cat. We have a witch, which is an ice witch, and her name is Shona. So for anyone who's Greek speaking, obviously. But we had an earlier prototype where we developed the mechanics of almost all of the witches. For example, here is you can see Medina, which is my personal favorite. Her special ability, for example, allows you to hook stuff. Now it's Nekra, and it's just a purple box. Yeah, she's just a box. Her ability was you can place statues, and now you can see Katarina. She shoots a boomerang and she can pull it back, allowing you to creatively solve puzzles and defeat enemies.
And actually, another thing that was shown in this prototype there, but only barely shown, is that at the level result screen, you could see some sort of like scoring system depending on how many moves you used or like how much time you use. Yeah, that's it is still in our current demo, but it is calculated behind the scenes, but it's never shown to you because we wanted to kind of separate the story as like a casual thing that you won't need to worry about any numbers, any time, or something like that. And we also want to have a second mode where you can be scored in the same way that you were scored there, such as time it took to complete the level, or you get some bonuses if you defeated all the enemies, or the amount of moves you've used. So I think it was very like slightly shown.
Yes, but for the Steam release, we're gonna include the scoring system for all of the levels. Is that right?
Yes, we will have it for the demo. We will make a simple UI that shows you the scores and also say
Good. Okay, so all is fun and well, but throughout this almost 3 year journey, we've come to realize a few things, and we've learned a lot of lessons while working on Blockwitch. And we wanted to share them with you in case anyone here wants to follow game development and wants to learn from our mistakes. So scope is the number one issue. We've overscoped a lot. We have 7 pedal characters. We have 12 planned chapters. We have a lot of environments, and we realized that while we have a pretty good idea of what we want to make, working on it on our free time without a budget, without consistent work, with a lack of focus, is not really sustainable. So while we are really proud of what we created, it's only a portion of the full I forgot the word I'm looking for. The full vision. Okay, the full vision of the game. So we've created chapter 1 out of 12. You know. And shout out to my friend Evzonas in the crowd. So ever since last year, you all asked, when is it coming out? And we used to say by the end of the year, trust. The end of the year came with overscoped. We had 10 levels last year, so we wanted to aim 30. And we kept pushing on the release date, and Everyone has recently asked, but when is it coming out? I'm like, okay, you know what? It's gonna release before Silk Song, surely. 5 days later, Silk Song gets a release date. So everyone here, you're welcome. Thank you. We manifested it.
Instead,
But for real, it's we're feature complete. We only need audio and music to be finished, and then we can release. And you can scan the QR code if you want. You can wishlist it on Steam. It helps a lot. You're gonna get a notification for when it comes out, and
end of the year, right?
yeah, before the end of the year for sure. I mean,
Sure.
it says on the other slide when it's coming out. Let's go to that slide. So, what's coming next for Stardrop Games? We're gonna release the prologue, which is chapter 1, as we discussed, surely before GTA 6. Surely. So before May 26th, we're gonna release. And I mean, you hear it here. Even if the music is not done, I'm gonna hit the release button personally. So we're gonna deliver that. So going forward, Prologue is out, and the goal is to look for a publisher or funding so we can go full time and finish our full vision of Block Witch, all 12 chapters, all the story. In the meantime, while we're looking for a publisher, we're gonna be creating smaller projects of, they're gonna take 6 to 8 months development time, supposedly, but that's what we're gonna aim for. And the plan is to develop, release, then move on to the next project. And I'm gonna give it to Dimitris to give you a hint about what's coming next. So, yeah.
Yes, so we are working on something new right now. We've had quite a few ideas on what to work on, but we had quite a few ideas on what to work on, but we have decided that we want to make a co-op survival horror game that is going to be the difference from Block Witch is that we want to have a story that goes, from beginning to end. It's one that will be the story and the lore will be given very subtly in between the sessions, and every time you will play with your friends or something, or even solo, then the game will be different because of like randomness elements or the dynamic way that the AI will make the game hard. So it is the setting of the horror game that we're going to make is.
Let's not give away too much about the game yet. So if anyone wants to learn more, they can follow us. Yeah. Oh, no, up front. You can scan the QR code, find our socials, and you can follow us on Instagram. You can join our Discord. Right now, the Discord is mainly about Block Witch, but we're gonna use that for any other project going on. So we're gonna rebrand it. And yeah, stay tuned for anything related to Block Witch or the next project. Thank you. There's one last slide. Thank you.
We are currently working on the sliders and the jiggle physics, so stay tuned.
We know what the players want. Yeah, we know what the players want. So does anyone have any questions about anything? You're free to answer. I mean, what do you want to say? How much do you want to say? Hey, go on, ask your question.
Can I blackmail Demi for information about the next game?
You have to ban a few characters from this next Smash tournament, and then maybe I can say some things.
We'll arrange something.
Arrange it? Okay.
About the development of the next game, we'll try to be more active on social media and publish some devlogs along with some shorts. So make sure you follow us. Follow us. This is